What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is CTG the Collector coming to you with another action figure review on the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech series number 16 War Machine. This figure is so dope till it is ridiculous. Oh my God. When I used to watch these Revoltech reviews, man, I used to just like, they cool. The articulation is nice. The weapons are okay, but I don't think it's for me. And man, look, I got this bad boy in my hand and it changed my whole mindset on these figures. You hear me? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to jump into this review, man, because this figure right here is making me want more. And I just might go back and pick up some of those Revoltech figures from the past. But let's go ahead. Let's get into this box art first, man, because this box art is pretty cool. So you got here on the front a picture of War Machine, if I can get it in front of the camera. So you got a picture of War Machine on the front. On the side, you got a picture of War Machine as well. You got Marvel.com, War Machine number series 16. Amazing Yamaguchi at the top, Revoltech. Then on the back, you got some awesome box art. Y'all can see the lamps glaring, so I'm going to kind of hold it up for you guys. You can see the box art on there. You got some little speech bubbles. You got I am James Road. See saying freeze. And then on the corner, it says, I wouldn't do that. And so, of course, you got, the option parts or accessories. So that's pretty cool. And those are all the accessories that come with the figure. You got some amazing box art on the side of the figure being posed up. You got James Rose at the bottom with the face plate up on the armor suit. And then at the top, you have some more art. So that's pretty dope. But we're going to put this to the side and we're going to go ahead and get into this figure, man, because I'm too excited. I can't wait. So let's go ahead and do it now. As always, we're going to go ahead and get into this articulation, but let's look at this armor, man. Look at this attention to detail on this armor, dude. It's just like, it's ridiculous. Check it out, man. I'm loving this, man. And to be honest with you, this is the first arc reactor I ever fell in love with. I'm loving how they did this arc reactor. It is amazing. I'm loving that. But look at all of this attention to detail. I mean, pure D amazing. This gotta be, in my opinion, and I'm sorry for those of you who might disagree, this is the best War Machine figure I've ever had in my hands. And of course, y'all know Marvel Legends is finna drop a classic War Machine Deluxe. And of course, I gotta grab that. And maybe that particular War Machine may give this one a run for its money. We'll see. I don't know. But not to prolong the time, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this articulation. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these off, and we'll get into these later. Let's pop that peg out the back. And we're going to put that inside one of these. Excuse me. We're going to get into it in a minute. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and get into this figure, man. So we're going to first start off with the articulation. So, of course, the head looks up that much. It can go a little bit further, but I've seen other reviews, and if you try to stress it too much, the neck part will pop out, and I don't want that to happen. So it goes up that far. He looks down a decent amount, which is cool. He can do a full, well, not too much of a full 360, but you can't get that head to turn around. It does tilt from side to side. So that's pretty dope. Let's put those back down. Oh, and those come up as well. So you can put those back down. The shoulder pads are articulated. You can move those around. You can move them down. You can move them up on both sides. And of course, as you know, if you collect Revoltech, the articulation on these figures are amazing. So you can get that arm to do as much as you want. See if I can get it to do a full 360. I don't want to break it because I didn't really play too much with articulation earlier because I'm afraid of breaking these. So I'm pretty sure you can get it to do, there you go. So it does do a full 360. You do have a bicep swivel there, as well as the forearm swivels around. So you can get that to kind of swivel a little bit. It also, that popped off. You can get it's single jointed, but it has a decent amount of range. So you can do that. If you flip this part up, you can get the wrist to swivel, kind of rotate. You can also get a hinge out of it, hinge down, hinge up, however you want to do it, whatever makes you happy. Then here you have a ab crunch, which is amazing. And then it crunches back about that much. There is some rotation there a little bit. It's a little tight, but the rotation is there. And I don't mind tight. I hate for it to be too loose. So there's some rotation there. You can get it to kind of lean to the side. So it'll tilt from side to side. And then down at the bottom, if you hold the ab area, you can get some rotation out of the hips. So that's nice. You do have a thigh swivel. There's a thigh cut right there. So you do have a thigh swivel, so you can get that thigh to swivel a little bit. You can get that leg to kick out that much to the side. Kicks out about that much to the front. He does have double jointed knees. And the ankle pivot is pretty good. So you got that. And then my favorite is he has some toe articulation. So that's pretty lit. He also has a, I guess you can call that a lower leg swivel or whatever. Trust me, I forgot the name of it. I know it, but hey, calf swivel. There you go. It's a calf cut there. So you can kind of twist the calf. You can also kind of bend it a little bit. Get some bend out of that. You can bend it up. I had got a little nick right there where it actually was caught. So I had to try to get that out. But hey, it's not bothering me. I'm cool with it. And so yeah, man, this is a dope figure. The articulation is over exaggerated, which is cool for me. And it's pretty much, I kind of look at it as they kind of do their figures like they do their animes. It's over exaggerated. You get over exaggerated poses. It's just, it's a lit figure, man. It's a dope figure. And in my opinion, it is the best War Machine out there right now. And I'm excited to have it, man. And we're going to put him into like a little normal vanilla pose and get him standing in the background. And we're going to talk about some of his amazing accessories. So, of course, he comes with these dope machine guns. And you get about, 2 sets of these. So you get 2 right here. And you also have 2 here. And I already got some of the pegs in so that way I can just pop them on with no problem. One of them came off when I was removing it earlier to talk about the articulation. You get 2 sets of these rockets. And these are pretty nice. I'm loving this. His arsenal is ridiculous. You get 2 of these forearm guns or, thigh guns. Wherever you want to put it, it can be shoulder guns. That's the amazing thing about these, man. You can put these guns anywhere you want to. Of course, you get an extra set of pegs. And you get this little wrench piece that's on the inside to help you with the little issues that you may have with the figure. You get 2 open hands, which you can use to, shoot some of his blasters out, And he has some flight posing hands, and you also got peg holes in these, so you can kind of, put those blast effects in there as well. So he comes with a decent amount of accessories. He's War Machine. He needs a big arsenal. And the great thing about this is, and I'm going to port one of these guns back on that was sitting to the side. You get some pegs on the side, and you also get peg holes in the back. So you get about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get like 6 peg holes in the back, and you get 1 peg hole that is for the stand, which comes with it as well. And you can pop the arm off, or the holder part, pop that off, and it becomes a peg, and you can stick that peg in the back of the figure to, get some flight poses out of it. But you get some peg holes on the back of his forearms. You get some peg holes on this backpack area. You also get some peg holes on the side of his boots, right here on the side. So you get some decent peg holes in different places. And the cool thing about it is, pop this bad boy on. Make sure I got it upside down. Cool thing about it is, you can also, if you want to, add some guns to some guns. Let me explain. So, okay, so you got this one on here. So say you wanted to add something a little special to it, you can go ahead and you can pop one of these rockets on. Boom. And now you got you a super gun or something like that. And you can pop that on and you can do that. And that looks dope. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. Just take it and put it in that peg hole there. See if I can get it to go in. There you go. And let's get him up in a dope-like pose. These figures are dope to pose, man. And they're even better to take pictures of. This is amazing. I guess that's why they call it Amazing Yamaguchi. Check that out. And you screw with that guy and you good as gone. That is amazing. I'm loving that. So to go ahead and kind of add to his arsenal, I'm going to add these, which are some rocket launchers. I forgot to add these when I was doing the accessories, but since we're on it, might as well. I guess it ain't too late. You can add these to the side and you just port those in like that. And I'll put one on each side. And now he has rocket launchers on his calves. So that's something dope. That's something dope. You can't tell me that ain't dope. You can't tell me that ain't sick. Look at that. And to go ahead and add some more to it, because I'm extra when it comes to a bunch of guns. I love guns. My grandmother used to hate it when we wanted guns, but hey, you know, she understood that we were little boys and we was growing up, and she'd rather us play with guns than play with Barbie dolls, you know, and my sisters had a lot of those. So that is amazing, man. And you can just get crazy with this thing. You can get as crazy as you want. You can add as many as you want. You can attach what you want to attach to, you know, any other weapon that might be on him. And the guns are articulated, so you can move those around because they're on these little ball pegs. So these extensions, they have ball pegs on them. So let's see if I can get that down here. Sorry about that. They're ball pegs. So you can use those to kind of get those guns to move in any direction that you want them to move in. And yeah, man, you can take some dope pictures. And I'm going to go ahead, for the sake of the video, I'm going to port these into the bottom, kind of twist those in. And you got you some flame effects. So port this one in the bottom right here. And you got you some flame effects, man. Look at that. That is sick. And if you want to, you can pretty much have them coming out his back too. Like I said, with this stuff, man, you can put these anywhere you want them to go. And it won't look bad. It won't look strange because it's supposed to go there. Let's put these in the back and check them out. That is sick. I'm going to take these out. And we're going to move on to the size comparisons because we just discussed the accessories. So let me pop some of these things off again. Take that off there. And we're going to take his rocket launchers off. Go. Bam. We're going to stand him up straight, get him into a nice little vanilla pose. And we're going to do some size comparisons on this bad boy. And before we get into any other lines, I'm going to go ahead and compare him to, well, I guess we will be getting into some other lines because, I mean, I'm going to compare him to some of his other counterparts that are War Machine. And first, we're going to start off with the 80th anniversary Punisher War Machine. So let's get him in the mix. Get him standing up so he won't knock anybody over. Then we're going to add the Avengers Endgame Punisher. I'm sorry, not Punisher, War Machine. And this was, of course, made from some concept art. So this is not too accurate to the movie. He's a little bit more bulky. I mean, if he did come like this, it still would have been a dope figure. But I'm like loving it how it is. I had to have this figure when I saw it come out with the wave. So that's how we size it up pretty much with his War Machine counterparts. Now, we're going to try to compare him to some more Marvel Legends figures. I don't have too many other versions of Iron Man, but we're going to compare him to the Iron Man from Iron Man 1. Get him standing up straight. And we're going to compare him to the Iron Man from Infinity War. And forgive me if I do not know the name of this armor. I get those mock armors mixed up. So if you do know the name of this particular armor right here, go ahead and leave the comment in the description. In the comments. Leave his name. Leave it in the comments and let me know what armor that is. But that's pretty much how he sizes up with those guys. And they scale pretty well. They don't scale too bad. He's not too tall, but he's a lot bigger and bulkier. And of course, with the arsenal on him, he looks a whole lot more dangerous. So that is pretty cool. So we're going to take those guys away. And we're going to compare him to two more. We're going to compare him to the, I guess you could call that the Mark 1 from the 80th anniversary classic Iron Man suit. And we got him here with the rescue suit, which is pretty good. Scales well with them. We're going to add another type of armor, and that is the Hellbat armor, or Hellbat suit, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to go ahead and, for the sake of it, we're going to compare him to Mezco Batman. So he scales pretty well with these figures. It's not bad at all. I'm loving how this look. I'm loving how he looks with all these other figures. And like I said, he is the best War Machine I've had. And I'm excited to have him, man. I'm excited to get him in my collection. I want to encourage you guys to go ahead and purchase this figure from Big Bad Toy Store if you can. Or you can try other outlets. I only know Big Bad Toy Store to sell these. You can also probably find them on eBay. You may have to pay a little bit more for it, but hey, you know, I feel like it's worth it. And this is a dope figure. You should have it in your collection. If you're into Amazing Yamaguchi, if you're into the over-articulated type figures, then this figure is for you. Like I said, I got to get more of these. I'm excited about this figure, and I want you guys to have it too. So definitely grab it if you can. As always, enjoy your figures. You can follow me at CTG_the collector on Instagram. You can also follow my podcast on Figheads on Instagram as well. It's at Figheads on Instagram. And you can also check out our podcast and all of the link to all of these websites. Excuse me, y'all. The link to all of these websites will be in the description below. Once again, as always, enjoy your figures. Y'all have a blessed week, and I'll catch y'all later on the next review. Peace.